Hello students, let us start Understanding Fractions Part 2. We have learned in the previous part that fractions are basically part of a whole. For example, 1 upon 2 means 1 part out of 2. Now let us focus in detail a few more points about fractions. Now let me share with you an example of equivalent fractions. Example, 1 by 2 is equivalent to 2 by 4 is equivalent to 4 by 8. What are equivalent fractions? Equivalent fractions have the same value even though they may look different. How can I say that these are equivalent? Because they are all looking different. Let me share a picture with you to explain it further. Now there are these three circles. The first circle, shaded part is half of it. 1 by 2 is shaded. In the second circle, the circle is being divided into 4 parts and 2 parts are shaded. So 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is actually half of the circle, that is 2 parts out of 4 parts. And in the third fraction circle, it is divided into 8 parts. 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8. That is 4 parts out of the whole 8 parts. But actually it is equivalent to half of the circle only, just like this. So we can say that 1 by 2 is equivalent to 2 by 4 is equivalent to 4 by 8. How do we calculate equivalent fractions? We just have to multiply the numerator as well as the denominator by the same number. You can see here. It can be any number. Let us see for an example. 1 by 2. To calculate the next equivalent fraction, we'll multiply the numerator as well as denominator by 2. So 1 into 2, answer is 2. 2 into 2, answer is 4. Let us find the next equivalent fraction. So we will multiply by 3. 2 into 3 is 6 and 4 into 3 is 12. So the next equivalent fraction is 6 by 12. Let us calculate a bigger equivalent fraction. So we will multiply by 10 upon 10. So 6 into 10 gives us 60 and 12 into 10 gives us 120. So in a way we can say that 1 by 2 is equivalent to 2 by 4 is equivalent to 6 by 12 is equivalent to 60 by 120. We just have to remember that to find out the equivalent fractions, we will multiply the numerator and the denominator by same number. Now let us move further to explain it with a few examples. To calculate the next one or more equivalent fractions. So let us look at the first example here. Question says, calculate the equivalent fraction. So question is 4 upon 5. To calculate the next fraction, we will multiply it by 2 upon 2. Basically, any number multiplied by 1 gives you the same number. And 2 divided by 2 is actually 1 only. So we are not changing the fraction, but we are making it equivalent by multiplying it with the same number at the numerator and denominator. So 4 by 5 multiplied by 2 by 2. So 4 into 2, 8 and 5 into 2, 10. So equivalent fraction of 4 upon 5 is 8 upon 10. Let us see one more example here, B part. In this we have blanks. And we already know that to find the equivalent fraction, we need to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same numbers. So 4 by 6 multiplied by 5 by 5 because there was 5 on top, so I've added it at the bottom also. So the equivalent fraction will be 4 into 5 is 20 and 6 into 5 is 30. So 20 by 30 is equivalent to 4 by 6. Now let us see question number 2. Calculate the next 3 equivalent fractions of 2 by 7. To find out the next three equivalent fractions, we will write 2 by 7 three times like this here. And to find the first one, we'll multiply it by 2 upon 2. So 2 2s are 4 and 7 2s are 14. Next one, 2 upon 7 into 3 upon 3. So 2 into 3, 6 and 7 into 3, 21. Next equivalent fraction will be found by multiplying it by 4 upon 4. So 2 into 4 is 8 and 7 into 4 is 28. So the next three equivalent fractions of 2 by 7 are 4 upon 14, 6 upon 21 and 8 upon 28. I hope now concept is clear. Now let us look upon the various types of fractions. You can see here what are the different types of fractions. 1 upon 2, 1 upon 4, 4 upon 5, 16 upon 7, 3, 5 upon 8. All are the examples of fractions. And what are fractions? Fractions is a number that express equal parts of a whole. Equal parts. So part upon whole is a fraction. And there are these different names given to different properties. For example, let us study in detail here. The first one, proper fraction. As the definition says, the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Example here is 3 by 5. 3 is the numerator, it is smaller than 5. And so it is a proper fraction. Next one, 1 upon 2. Again, numerator is smaller than the denominator. 1 upon 4, 3 upon 4, 3 upon 10. In all these cases, the numerator is smaller than the denominator. So all these are examples of proper fractions. Now let us see the next one, that is improper fraction. Improper means the numerator is same or bigger than the denominator. Example here is 5 upon 2. 5 is the numerator and it is bigger than the denominator. And it can also be 2 upon 2 or 4 upon 4. Numerator and denominator both are same, then also it is called a proper fraction. And here 7 upon 4, 5 upon 3, 8 upon 5. So all the numerators in these fractions are equal to or bigger than the denominator. So they are called improper fractions. Now let us see. The next type of fraction is called the unit fraction. Unit, as the name suggests, 1. So a fraction with numerator 1 is called a unit fraction. You can see example here, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 5, 1 upon 23, 1 upon 6, 1 upon 3. All these have the numerator as 1, so they are called unit fraction. As per the definition, unit means 1. So every fraction with a numerator 1 is called a unit fraction. Now let's move further to see another type of fraction, and it is called mixed number or mixed fraction. So what is a mixed number? Basically, it is a whole number and a proper fraction together when it is written. Like for example, 5, 1 upon 3. 2, 4 upon 5. 2 is the whole number and 4 upon 5 is the proper fraction. What was the proper fraction? As per definition, numerator has to be smaller to or equal to the denominator. So let me show this picture to you. 2, 1 upon 3. 2 is the whole number. So 2 is the full circles drawn here. 2 circles complete which are divided into 3 parts. And the fraction is 1 upon 3. This is a proper fraction. You can see one part out of 3 parts. So 2, 1 upon 3 is an example of mixed fraction or mixed number. So all these are examples of mixed fraction where there is a whole number and a proper fraction written together, are all called mixed fraction. Now let us see another interesting types of fraction. Now there are like fractions. What do you mean by like? Like means same. And what is same? Fractions with the same denominator are called like fractions. For example, 1 upon 9, 3 upon 9, 7 upon 9. All these have the same denominator as 9. So these groups of fraction are called like fractions. Let us see one more example here. 1 upon 4, 2 upon 4. In both the cases, denominators are same. So these two are also examples of like fractions. Now let us see unlike fractions. What are unlike? Unlike, as the name suggests, which is not same, which is different. So what is not same or unlike? Meaning the fractions with different denominators. Not same denominators, which are unlike. So unlike fractions have unlike denominators. For example, 1 upon 6, 2 upon 3, 3 upon 8. These group of fractions have different denominators. So these are examples of unlike fractions. Let us see one more example here. 1 upon 2 and 2 upon 3. Again, the denominators are different. So these are unlike fraction examples. I hope you have understood the concept. Now let us move on further to explore more about how to reduce fraction. Now, what do you mean by reducing fractions? Reducing means, for example here, if you have a party at home and you've got some pizza, you divided that pizza into 8 parts and you have given 4 to your friends. So 4 out of 8 you have given to your friends. It can also be said that half of the pizza you have given it to your friend. How can I say that? Look here. This was the complete pizza and this is exactly half. But how is 4 upon 8 half? Let me tell you. 4 upon 8 can be reduced or simplified. Reducing a fraction means we have to divide the numerator and the denominator by the same number until they are both as small as possible. So this is the smallest possible fraction. How did we find that? 4 and 8 both have a common factor of 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1 and 8 divided by 4 is 2. So 4 upon 8 can be written as 1 upon 2. Now let us see here. 2 upon 4. How is it equal to 1 upon 2? The 2 upon 4 has a common factor of 2. So we will divide numerator and denominator by 2 and we'll see. 2 divided by 2, answer 1. And 4 divided by 2, answer 2. So basically 2 upon 4 is equivalent to 1 upon 2. We just have to remember that we can simplify or reduce fraction by dividing the numerator and the denominator by the same number until they are both as small as possible. To clarify this, let me show you one more example. How can we simplify fractions? Suppose 80 by 100. It's a big fraction. And simplifying fraction means finding an equivalent fraction where the numerator and the denominator are as small as possible. We just have to divide the numerator and denominator by the largest number that we can without getting a remainder. And repeat if possible till we get to the smallest fraction or the lowest fraction possible. Now 80 by 100 is a big fraction. To reduce it, we'll find a common factor and it can be 10. So 80 divided by 10 and 100 divided by 10 will give us 80 divided by 10, 8. 100 divided by 10 give us 10. So 8 upon 10 is the reduced fraction, but this can be even further reduced. How? Because both have a common factor of 2. So we will divide it by 2 upon 2. So 8 divided by 2 gives us 4 and 10 divided by 2 gives us 5. So basically 4 upon 5 is the smallest fraction because no more further common factor Let us quickly revise. Fraction is a number that expresses equal parts of a whole. And fraction is basically part upon whole. So there are different types of fractions. We have all learnt it in this video. I hope you understood each and every type of the fraction. And always remember, the only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. So do practice sums and watch the video again if you still want to revise it. Thank you.